This is Pranav Guha Thakurta from EduTV. We at EduTV are a channel dedicated to the field of education. Having worked closely with all the stakeholders of education for more than a decade across India and a few countries abroad, we understand the importance of collaboration and hand-holding amongst the stakeholders at different levels. We thereby organize sessions for all stakeholders of education time and again to help for mutual and collaborative learning. Today, we have with us Mr. Jha, Mr. Ratnesh Kumar Jha. He's a CEO, India and Southeast Asia of the Burlington Group of Companies. He was also the Managing Director, South Asia of the Cambridge University Press. He was Senior Vice President at Educom, Director at Citibank, and Regional Business Head at GE Capital. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, can we please have your views and advice for class 12 students passing out this year in 2020? As the problem being faced by them is the results are delayed. Some of them still have few board examination left. All entrance examinations are postponed. A lot of them have taken provisional admissions in foreign universities on the basis of their predicted scores and have also submitted their fees. They are not sure if they will be going to the college this year. The students, the parents, and the schools are all in a dilemma. As you have a vast experience, both national and international, we look forward for your advice for these students during this disruption. Sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting me. It's an absolute privilege to be actually engaging with our students who are actually passing out, because they are the one who feature for us. And that's not only understood by the education ecosystem, but that's understood by the government, by the policymakers, by every stakeholders across different countries. So as much as students themselves are concerned, I think everybody in this ecosystem are concerned of this delay, which is happening because of very extraordinary situation right now. And I think it's a evolving situation. It is a situation which was not forecasted, but it has come in from nowhere. And I think as the nations, as the countries, as the policy makers dealing with it, I think the students passing out sit in center of it. And I think it is important for us to kind of really have this conversation to make them understand what does it really mean for them. In fact, before I start, I want to go back to all of the students and many of them doing the mathematics class to give them a reference point to go back and refer to a concept of calculus and look at what first derivative suggests. The first derivative suggests that it's a time and space. And the time and space is the time now, which is an extraordinary time, but time also means that what they need to travel in their whole journey of career. So the fact that this is not an Indian phenomena, the fact that it is not an Asian phenomena, that itself is very calming, because every student across the world going through the same. So wherever you are, whichever board you are, whatever exam you're taking, you are exactly the place where the American students are, or the Chinese students are, or where students from UK are. So I think that's one aspect you should definitely keep in mind. Second, you should definitely keep in mind that time and space is important. You should think it from a longer horizon perspective as to what is your ultimate objective and dream which you are actually chasing. You could really be thinking about joining on the technical side, or joining and doing some course in economics, psychology, or perhaps joining some of the contemporary courses like artificial intelligence, machine learning, or any subject or stream which you're choosing to join, or any college which you have decided to join, whether in India for IITs and many of the engineering colleges or medical colleges, or you've decided to go outside, that is not going anywhere. That will be really be filled by you as a student. It is just the delay, but it is not going anywhere. But given that concept of time and space, I think it is important for you to do certain thing as an input variable, which is really only you could do as a student. And that is, to me, as I listed down, is that you should definitely have a very clear objective. You should not get away from your objective, have that clearly defined. Second, your passion, which is very, very important for that objective which you're kind of laying down. That's very, very critical for you to continue to drive the passion. The third, which is very important, and I think particularly to folks who are thinking of actually perhaps taking a gap year or not going to wherever they have applied for, is to upskill themselves, through a process of interning, through a process of actually working with an applied place or applied organization where their own set of degrees would have helped. So give you an example, people are thinking about doing a course in economics, or they can actually work with some of these policy making of how macro and microeconomic, set of subjects can help some of the contemporary issues like immigration or migrants moving back, deurbanization, all of that very interesting subject which is emerging. You can be part of an organization, you can part of the initiative, pro bono or paid, but build that skill. So continue drive that objective, have the passion, and make sure that you upskill yourself. That will essentially help you when you get into the institution. And I'm sure relentlessly the policymaker and all of us as stakeholders working, keeping you in center, because you're very important. You are the future for us, and you will define how exactly this country or the region or the world will go from here.